I'm no longer bound by duty. Once I've rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her. Thanks to you, I will be reunited with Irina and devote my remaining days to her. Irina has a gentle nature, though. I only hope it remains intact. Thanks to you, I will devote
I'm sure she'll be fine. Let's see, we could scour around for more treasure. I think there's like a claymore. But honestly, I don't wanna. Like, we're not gonna scour every corner of Elden Ring. We'll get a few cool things here and there. But we're mainly just going to power through the story and prepare for the DLC. Where was Irina? She was right over here. No, over here. I can't tell which way the clock turns. Okay, so night's almost over. If night was just beginning, we'd fight like the night boss. But I don't want to start a fight with him just to find out he's not going to be there in 5 minutes. He disappears right before we get the killing blow.
Irina, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Irina, it will be done. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Irina, it will be done. I'll find the foul wretch.
You're still super new to gaming, and so you're trying to expand your knowledge. Because you literally know nothing about console or computer games, only Nintendo games. Well, if you ever need help or have any questions, I'm happy to talk about stuff. Genshin Impact, like, for example, is not a bad game, but it's a dangerous game. It's one of those games that's like filled with microtransactions and can, you know, drain your bank account in a matter of seconds. And so it's like not something I'm going to recommend to my viewers. But I'm not gonna lie and say it isn't fun, because it is pretty fun. It's just not as fun if you're playing free to play. Here's Night Guy. We want to get up there. I can never remember how to get up there. Excuse me, doggies. Ooh. Is this another grace already? I could have swore I was just at one. I'm still debating whether or not I'll ever actually play a gacha game on the channel. I don't think I will. Just because I don't want, like, the people who have issues with gambling to, you know, fall in love with it and lose all their income. Kind of a shame. Zenless Zone Zero is a very pretty looking game, and I do want to give it a try. Alright, how do I get up there? If not from here, then I guess from the other side. Right now, I haven't playing too far ahead in the future. We're going to play all the way through Elden Ring. I think we're going to play all the way through Dragon's Dogma 2. But I don't want to commit to anything else because there's so many new games coming out that just have not committed to like a release date. And I know they're close to ready because they keep showing like demos and stuff. Things like Tavern Talk or Magical Delicacy. There's a lot of like good cozy games I'm looking forward to. Which is exactly what I'm going to be in the mood for after this. Here we go. This is the crazy village. Where we're going to get ambushed immediately, right here. I see you, crazy rats. Trying to infect me with madness. I will be the mad one. I have Yelo. Sounds crazy. And I hear some A-rat noises, but they're just not on top of me like I'd think. I see you. I like to hit with a solid R2, but with this weapon, it just seems like the quick chop comes out so much faster. How's it going? These are the mad people. If you're not careful, they'll shoot lasers out of their eyes at you. Which is actually why we're here, because we want to shoot lasers out of our eyes too. It's only fair. It's somewhere around here, I think in that church. You know what, let's call our boys in. And we'll just terrorize the village. wasn't so bad. I thought he was gonna do like the actual full spell. Hello, everybody. I'm just missing everything. Alright, you guys get the tiny ones, I'll get the big one. Hack, hack, hack. There we go. And our first actually useful spell. Ooh, and a sacred tear. It's been so long since I've used spells. How do I even equip them? I need 16 faith. Okay. So we put a pause on dexterity and we start leveling faith. Got it. I think... Oh no. Don't disappear, friends. Need you to keep me alive while I find the grace around here. I know there's one out here. Okay, you're back from your alert, just finishing on the work. What's the premise of this game? Like, what is the backstory? Well, that's the great thing about these games. It's really hard to piece together the entire story. But to give you the rundown... man, can I even give you the rundown? So there once was a demigod named I don't even know where to begin. I'm not even sure I'm getting the names right. But big demigod guy who lives up in his golden palace over there got murdered. And this shattered the Elden Ring, which triggered the Age of Shattering, where all his kids and all his family started fighting over who's going to, you know, rule the world. They all have different ideas on, like, what should be best and what not. I don't have enough of the map unlocked to really point out people or places yet. But the general idea is, the Elden Ring's broken, and whoever fixes it is going to be the next Elden Lord. And there are like 6 different ways you can fix it. And I know the way I'm going for. And madness is kind of the key to that. You're basically brought back from the dead. For no reason, basically. That's... And you just hear the call of grace, and that's what brings you back. Good. Sacred tears. 2 faith. We'll get there. But yeah, even you have a shot at being the Elden Lord. You don't have to be, but you could be. And you go around, you discover like little bits and pieces of the story yourself, but you're never fully sure what's going on around you. Like, here, we talked to a total of 2 people. Let's see if they're still there. Like, in this entire peninsula, I don't know, like, who else there is to talk to. Like, story-wise over here, Arena, whose body is just kind of chilling out here, told us that, like, the weird demi-humans are rebelling and that we should deliver a letter to her father. We do that, and the father's like, oh, I've got to protect this sword to keep it from falling into the demi-human's hands. It's his sworn duty. And so we hung out there. We killed the boss with him. And judging by the cleaver here, it looks like they took their revenge by killing his daughter. He is now sworn revenge, and he's going to go crazy. Because that is the crazy storyline. Now what else should we do? We'd hang out around here more, explore a little. We'll do that. But right now, I want to go over here. There's a guy named Kenneth Height I want to meet. He's basically got the same deal going on. Demi-humans attacked his castle and he wants us to go fix it. And where are we? Okay, we want to head north. So while you're playing around here, you kind of like get a feel of the land and you decide like kind of what you want to happen to it. Or maybe you get kind of influenced in a certain direction. Nice, it sounds like an interesting backstory. I'll have to look up like a story video on YouTube where they go in depth. That way you can understand the story in the game. I've got a great recommendation for that. Look up Elden Ring, the movie, Prepare to Cry. And there's just like hour-long explanations of like the entire endings. Like it will spoil things for you. But honestly, that's the best overview of the story that you'll get. And the story is really amazing. I don't know if you know this, but it was written or at least influenced heavily by George R.R. Martin. So they got the Game of Thrones guy to like write a bunch of the story for this game. I don't know how much influence he actually had. I think he had a ton. I feel like he actually did most of the story. There were some things they could say like they had to like push back on.
In rescuing the great Kenneth Height.
Hang on, we need to talk to Kenneth Height.
Order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor.
Hi, I'm here to provide succor.
You've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but no, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval. Yes. Now, allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Redan in that castle. Then he insulted Melania, lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame, the big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage, though you almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it.
Yeah, we're probably going to run into him very soon here, actually.
What are you waiting for? My
Okay,
fort
yep.
lies to the south.
Alright, yeah, you gotta talk to everybody like multiple times. Sometimes they give you stuff. So you always exhaust the text options. Now I know there's dudes under here, but is there anything worthwhile? You see a shiny thing in there. Eh. You don't need every shiny thing. Don't mind me, troll guy. Just zipping by. I like how my health bar popped up. Like we're in combat. Okay, yeah, so George R. Martin did a lot of the story, but I also hear, like, every now and then they had to tell him, like, no, you can't create a realm where, gravity has no meaning. That's really hard to program a game around, Mr. Martin. And, you know, things like that. Ah, the Flask of Wondrous Physics. It's a cool thing. Ooh, and another Sacred Tear. How do I mix one of those? I think do I have to do it here? It's been a while. What do we have? Just a little bit of healing. Ooh, talk to Melina.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
Doesn't sound like it will.
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me.
Gotcha. So that's my maiden. When you start the game, you are maidenless. And she offers to be your maiden. Because apparently to repair the Elden Ring or become Elden Lord, you need a maiden. I won't spoil it just yet, why the maiden's required. But if you watch the movies I recommended, that'll spoil it for you. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Oof. Excuse me, bear. There's this guy over here. He's a rune bear. I hate rune bears. Like, I fought the hardest boss in the game. But I will run away from a rune bear. Like so. Here, you guys can handle the rune bear. Oh god. They're yelling at me. Ooh, the ground slam. It's a fun ability. You basically jump in the air and do this little butt slam on enemies. It's great.
Ah, welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way.
As long as the bear's not still chasing me.
Welcome, valued customer. Come, trade in our wandering emporium. Please, buy something. I'm hungry. I've been hungry so long. Please?
Yeah, what you got? You've got piles of meat. How are you hungry? Hand axe. Always fun. Oh, that's a pretty shield. Can I compare it? I might go with this shield just because it's a little more colorful. It's a little more me. We'll do it. Ooh, but it's a little heavy. We have to put on lighter pants. Oh, but I like it. There's not many very colorful armors in this game. That's a nice shield, right? Makes me feel a little more heroic. Although I'm going for like what is widely considered to be one of the bad ends. But I've either experienced the endings or looked them up later. They're all pretty bad ends, if you ask me. Yeah, let's go up here. This is Kenneth Heights Castle. A lovely place. Excuse us, guys. Ow! Didn't expect that much charging. There we go. Whew. There is no happy ending. I mean, it kinda depends on your philosophy. Oh, it's a big pumpkin head. Who seems to be ignoring us, which is, you know, just fine. You can ignore us. Just chop away at him while he's not looking. Oh god. He looked. Ooh, he gave us a pumpkin head. Actually looks kind of cool. Oh, but it's so heavy. Sorry, no pumpkin head. If I have the pumpkin head, I have to like not wear a shirt. Alright, yeah, I see it. Get 'em, boys. let's just run up here. They can handle the lower decks. And there's this brave rat. I see you. Whew, that was fun. Anybody left in here? What does it say? Liar ahead. Be wary of liar. Okay. Oh! Hi there. Your sword looks bloody. Ow! And it hurts. Just gonna leave you down here. Pretty sure this is the guy I'm supposed to kill, but it's kind of rude. I just ignore you. He's coming. Need a clever way to fight this guy. I will jump on his head. That's the most clever thing I can think of. No! You got my ankles. Huh. It wasn't so bad. It's really just the blood loss. Anyway, Elden Ring is a great game, but I do have to say, like, I don't recommend it to people who are really new to gaming, at least like the high-level gaming. I don't mean to talk down to you, but like I did see you stream Zelda. Elden Ring might be a little difficult for you at the moment. I do feel like you can absolutely handle it eventually. But I definitely wouldn't recommend starting off with it. But when you are ready for like a Souls-like game, this is probably the one. Oh God! You can and turn your back on Pumpkinhead for just a moment. Whew. Oh god, rats. Yeah, it's a little more advanced. You need to start with some basics because you know nothing about gaming. And this looks kind of hard. It is. I gotta get rid of these guys throwing flasks at me. Oh. Well, they're all coming to me. But this is one of those games that's intentionally meant to be super difficult. Bloody Slash. That could be good. I don't have that much arcane, which is the thing that procs people bleeding. And so I might not make good use of it, but it's probably a really good ability if you're going for an arcane build. The build I'm going for is a stupid one. I'm doing things that are fun instead of things that are good. Oh, the Dectus medallion. Neat. And we found the map so we can see all this pretty village. Now we go back, talk to Kennethite, say we cleared out his castle. Then we go back to his castle to see him at it. He actually might give us something really cool right now. Like eventually we're gonna have more dexterity than strength. And this guy gives a pretty cool dagger that also works with faith, which we're going to have a lot of points into. Oh, hi, Piadri. How are you doing?
Ah, I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward, as promised. Go ahead. It's all yours.
Thank you.
Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. What's that look? You don't believe me? Well, under the Erdtree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind, under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Height, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch.
This is actually kind of like one of the endings we could get in the game.
Yes. I've been meaning to ask, would you like to enter my service? I see bright things in your future, stout warrior. Enter into my service and learn the workings of the Erdtree's true order. And who knows? Perhaps sometime down the line, the grace of gold will return to those tarnished eyes of yours. What say you? A fine accord, is it not?
Yeah, sure.
Very well indeed. I knew I saw something in you. I shall await you at my fort. We shall hold a ceremony for your knighting there, I think. I see great things ahead of us. We are truly by the Erdtree blessed. Right then, I've much to do.
You're good, and me? I'm doing good as well. Happy to be playing the game again. But yeah, one of the orders you can get is basically the Golden Order ending. Which is basically like, the Golden Order being like the major religion here. Where you just kind of perfect it. And everybody lives happily ever after. Unless, you know, you're some repugnant undead or something.